Students, myself Vivek Sajjan, working as assistant science master in Chandrakant Patil Central School, Kalburgi. So today we are going to see about the chapter nutrition in plants. So without making any delay, so let us move to the chapter. First of all, we are going to discuss about some of the introduction. Food is essential for all living organisms. You also learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals are components of food. These are the components of food. These components of food are necessary for our body and are called nutrients. These proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, these all together they are said to be as nutrients. Okay. Plants can make their food themselves, but animals, including humans, cannot. They get it from plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. Okay, so this is all about some of the introduction part of the nutrition lesson. Okay, so after that one introduction, we are going to see about the modes of nutrition. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair damaged parts of their bodies, and provide the energy to carry out life process. So nutrients will provide the basic requirement which are essential for the growth of body or else for the repairing damaging parts of the body. So this type the nutrients will supply the basic things which are essential for the development of our body growth, so for the repairing of damaged parts like that. Okay, so nutrition is mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Nutrition is a mode of intaking food by an organism, okay, and its utilization by the body. The body will utilize the nutrition. The body will utilize the carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins. So these all together, the body will utilize the nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substance is called autotrophic. So autotrophic means the organism which make themselves food from the simple substance is called autotrophic. Auto means self. Tropes means nourishment. Self-nourishment. Okay. So therefore plants are called autotrophs. Plants will prepare their own food. So that's why plants are said to be as autotrophs. So nutrition and photosynthesis. So another one type of nutrition, that is animals and most other organisms take in ready-made food prepared by the plants. They are called heterotrophs. Or else we can say the animals which cannot prepare their own food, or else the organisms which cannot prepare their own food, they are said to be as heterotrophs. Heteros means they are dependent on the other. Their nourishment was carried out by the other. So next we are having photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means, so it is a process in which production of food takes place. Okay, in the photosynthesis have some three steps. They are absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. In the first step, what happens means, in the first step of photosynthesis, the absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll. Chlorophyll will absorb the sunlight. In second step, we are having conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. In second step, what happens means conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting of water, splitting of H2O, water, into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. And in the last step, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. So plants will intake the carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is reduced as carbon. This carbon molecule will go and attach with the hydrogen molecule which is present in water. Both together they will form carbohydrates. Carbohydrates means nothing but it is a form of energy. Okay. In plants, reserve food is stored in the form of starch. Okay. Other mode of nutrition in plants. The plants on which it climbs is called a host. So any plants which climbs on other plants, that other plant is said to be as host plant. Okay. Since it depends on the host of valuable nutrients, they are called as parasites. The plants which are dependent on the other plant for the basic requirement of nutrients, they are said to be as parasites. Once again I will repeat, the plants which are dependent on the other plants for the requirement of nutrients, they are said to be as parasites. Okay. So one example for the parasite is this one, Cuscuta. Cuscuta is the example for the parasite. Okay. So they will grow on the other plant. So another name of Cuscuta is Amarabelli or else Amarabel. Okay, they will grow on the host plant. Next we are having insectivorous plants. The insect is digested by the digestive juice secreted in the pincer. Such insect eating plants are called insectivorous plants, or else we can say the insect eating plants, they are said to be as insectivorous plants. How they will kill the insects means they will release one toxic substance inside a bag like structure. You can see in the diagram, the leaf is modified into pincer. It is a bag like structure. Okay. Inside that bag like structure, there is one chemical substance is released that is toxic in nature. So due to the eating of that toxic substance, the insect will comes to death. Okay. So after the death of insect, it will engulf and it will satisfy their nutrition substance, and it will satisfy their nitrogenous substance which are required for the plant. So that type of plants are known as insectivorous plants. So pincer plants is one type of example for the insectivorous plant. Okay. Next we are having saprotrophs, mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients in solution form from dead and decaying matter are called saprotrophic nutrition. Otherwise we can say the plants which grow on the dead and decay organism or plants, they are said to be as saprotrophic nutrition. Plants which use saprophytic mode of nutrition, they are said to be as saprotrophs. Some organisms live together and share shelter and nutrients. They are said to be as symbiotic relationship. They are in symbiotic relationship. They will share their shelter and nutrients with each other. So that's why they are said to be as symbiotic relationship. For example, certain fungi live in the roots of trees. The tree provides nutrients to the fungus and in return receives help from it to take up water and nutrients from the soil. So here the mutual understanding between the fungus and tree takes place. The tree will provide the nutrient substance which are required for fungus, and in return fungus will help in the absorption of nutrients and water from the soil. So these are said to be a symbiotic relationship. They are having the mutual understanding between each other. So thank you guys. See you in next class. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.